Fisher-Price recognises that every child is born with unique gifts and a distinct personality. Our role as parents is to embrace and celebrate who they truly are. This podcast was brought to you by Fisher-Price. Hello and welcome to another episode of Happy Mum, Happy Baby, the podcast. This week's guest, she's sighing already. She's a little bit nervous, I don't know why. She's a member of Girls Aloud, she's part Girls Aloud.
Yep.
Actress, singer. She's nodding her head along.
It's been known, yep.
Blogger, columnist.
Times,
Yeah, there's all in there. It's Kimberley Walsh.
Hello.
I always get funny listing the credentials.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Is that right?
I got it wrong with that Middleton. It was quite
It's awkward.
Yeah, with an SAS guy, you just don't want to get his credentials wrong.
No, not ideal.
No, but now I know I'm never going to forget them.
That's true. Should you ever need them again?
Yeah.
I do so many different things. I'm like, just throw a few in
Just
there
whatever.
and you'll be right.
You'll probably be right on some level.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the most important one is you're mummy to two boys.
I am.
Bobby and Cole.
Yes.
Baby Cole. Are we still calling him Baby Cole?
Still calling him Baby Cole, and it's because he's a one-syllable name I've worked out. Because I'm
Oh,
like, okay,
really?
he's like 15 months now, and he's still Baby Cole to me. Because everybody in our family is like at least a two-syllable, and they all usually end in Y. Like we've got so many kids' names that end in Y, and so Cole's just on his own. So yeah, he's still Baby Cole. Bobby calls him Coley. But I don't know if I like that, so I'm going with Baby Cole.
He'll be like 25. Baby Cole.
Baby Cole. Yeah, he is a cutie.
So we have had play dates before.
We have.
Me and Kimberley did this thing where we decided to meet up. We both got two boys. We were like, what's the worst that can happen? Let's put them together. And we both messaged each other before the date happened to say, just so you know, but the boys are really wild.
Yeah, but I genuinely knew that Bobby was in the worst three-nager zone that I'd experienced to date. Before that, I'd be happy to meet anybody. I could trust him completely, and I just hit that realm of, okay, I don't know what he's going to do, so I felt like I had to put this disclaimer out there to you.
But I do that every time. Every time we have a play date, I'm just like, just to cover myself.
Yeah, but I was right, wasn't I? Boy, was he wild. I left your house and I was like, never again.
It's so funny because I saw your husband a few nights later. Was it night or the week after? And he was like, yeah, she called me straight away.
I did. I was like, I'm calling Daddy. No, don't call Daddy.
My mum used to do this thing when we were younger, where we'd leave somewhere. So if we were naughty, she'd be like, wait till I get you home. And then as soon as we got in the car, she'd just start doing this. She'd clap.
Oh.
Well, we're not going there again.
I might try that one next time. I'm going to try that next time. See if that works.
We haven't actually had a play date since, but we will put one in.
But is that why? You just trying to avoid me? I don't blame you. He's really full on.
I think Buzz and Buddy were just as hectic, to be honest.
No, they weren't. I was thinking they were dream children in comparison.
Shut up.
No, they all have their
weren't.
moments, don't they? They all have the days. I mean, Bobby's desperate to come back. He loved it. I thought, I bet you did.
I think it is. I think that thing though, we do feel when we go out places, there is that like, oh, are they going to behave?
You can't discipline them the same way. I know it sounds a bit over the top, but if I'm at home, I'm not crazy strict, but I do stick to things that I say.
Yeah.
So, if I say you're going on the step, he does go on, but I'm like, oh, you can't really go on the step at
It's
somebody's
so funny,
house.
isn't it? I feel like I can't mother in the same way when I'm out.
Yeah, you can't. But that's what they know that.
Yeah.
That's why they push you so much. That's why I'm like, why have I got no control? And it's because he knows I can't do any of the things that I'd normally do. Quite clever, really.
Does the way in which you say stuff change as well? Because I'm always like, come on now, Buzz.
Yeah.
We don't do that now, do we, Buzz?
Bobby, hoping that he'll see the fear in my eyes, like, Bobby, come on. And really at home, I'd literally be like, Bobby, get on the step.
You have 5 seconds to stop doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what? It keeps life entertaining though.
It does.
But let's do another one and I'll give him a good old talking to before. You'll be able to tell I've just completely stripped any personality from him. I'm only joking.
To be honest, I have literally been, because I think the week after I went to Oman on the trip.
Yeah.
So I think since then I have been ridiculously busy. But I'm
You're
chilled
up for
now.
the challenge.
I'm up.
Yeah.
Bring them over.
Okay.
Baby
We'll
Cole's
do this.
walking now. I mean.
Yeah, no, you should come to us and then I can put him on the step
No,
or
my
just
kids
put him
will
in his
break
room.
something. They'll break something. They'll
5.
Because I was worried because Buddy is a bit of a basher. He
Oh, yeah,
bashes,
it's common, though, at that age.
Yeah.
Cole's partial to a bit of bashing now and
Oh,
again.
really?
Yeah, but it's
That's
normal,
good.
isn't
He'll
it?
fight back.
Yeah, but it's that as well, because obviously I think Buddy was 2, or not even quite 2.
No, he turned 2 in
he's only
February,
just
so
turned 2.
so
He wasn't even 2, but
Yeah.
Bobby's like, if they're walking, it's fair game. And I'm like, no, he's a baby. That's what I say daily. Baby Cole's a baby, hence why I keep saying baby Cole.
Oh.
But no, he's like, nah, if they're walking and, talking a bit, then no, we're on an even keel.
So did you always know that you wanted children?
Yes. I've always been maternal, even from being really quite young,
Really?
a teenager. I always pictured how I would feel, how I would look pregnant, and it, believe me, was nothing like what it ended up to be.
Well, it's always just a pillow up your top, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's not really like
exactly.
you should put extra pillows down your legs and down your
And
arms, really.
Yeah, no. But no, I think because I'm one of 4 as well. I'm from a big family,
Yeah.
and we were all so close growing up. I just always knew that I'd have kids. Yeah.
And was it how you thought it would be?
No, not at all. Do you know what? It's
Because your
first...
sisters had children as well, so you've
Yeah.
been quite, you've had children in your immediate family.
Yeah, so my older sister had one a couple of years before me, which did put me off for a few years. I was sort of ready, and then I saw how hard it was. I was like, okay, maybe I can leave it another couple of years. Nothing prepares you for it. I really thought, as you said, I've seen it, I've helped her out, I'd looked after my oldest nephew, Billy, a few times. But when it's you, it's just something I can't even explain. I always felt like I was so competent at most things and able, and I never really relied on anybody for anything until I gave birth, and I literally felt like I was just stripped of all of that and help me, somebody.
Did you find it easy to say help, or did you try and keep in control of everything and keep in charge of everything?
Yeah, no, I didn't actually, because
Didn't
I'd
you?
already seen that my sister had found
Yeah.
it hard, and I thought, do you know what? It just is really hard.
Yeah.
I remember my mum and sister coming round the day after I got back from the hospital, and obviously, you know what it's like the first night or whatever, you're literally up, we were up literally every hour syringing into his mouth because he wouldn't feed.
Yeah, we did
and
that, yeah.
all of that breastfeeding drama, but I literally opened the door to them both and just went, help me, what the hell have I done? And it got better from that point.
But I found that if there were any guests that weren't like my brother or my sister or my mum or dad or my in-laws, I'd be like, hi guys, keep them come in, get a cup of tea.
Yeah.
But as soon as it was people that were actually close to me who have seen me in my lowest ebb
Yes.
anyway, I could kind of be like, ah.
Yeah, I think I tried to avoid letting anybody not that close come too
you're
early
so
on.
sensible.
Yeah, I think my sister said that to me. She
Yeah.
was like, just don't do it, because it's just too hard, and
Yeah.
especially with the feeding thing, it just puts an extra pressure on you. And I think this, with Cole, I let people come earlier, and I think in a way I tried
people
to.
weren't that fussed second time.
They're not as bothered. So, but yeah, I think I was more comfortable with the whole thing, so it was easier. But yeah, I mean, nothing prepares you for that. But it's just the most incredible thing in the world as well. It just makes me want to just keep having babies. But then I'm like, but it's so hard.
now it's so hard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now it's so hard.
I liken those first 3 weeks to hell, which
Yep.
is, you know,
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah.
No, I can see that, definitely.
it was completely different to what I thought it would be.
Well, yeah, because you've got this idea in your head that they're going to, crawl out and just start feeding, and it's just going to be this, amazing little bubble between you. And I think, well, I know from reading your book, obviously, that you struggled with feeding
Yeah.
as well. And that was actually probably in the first few months, that was a massive, massive thing for me. That was the hardest
Yeah.
part of the whole baby thing. Obviously the lack of sleep's hard, but when they're not feeding and you've got that pressure, it's just awful. It's just so terrifying, and you don't know what to do for the best. You don't know whether to just stop trying, give them the bottle. And I mean, when I actually think of some of the nights me and Justin had, Ludicrous is what I say.
Really?
Literally him like squeezing the milk out of me, syringing it into his mouth like 2 drops every couple of hours. I'm like, what? Why did we do that? But we both were like, no, he needs to get the best that he's going to get. And we got there in the end, but it took months for him to feed properly. It's just like, and those vile nipple shields.
Oh.
We had to use them.
Oh,
as well.
but I use those. I use them with Buzz, and to be honest, I think it helped me so much.
Oh no, it worked.
I don't think I would have been doing it.
I couldn't have done it without them. No way. But then you've got that added drama to deal with.
Putting them on, you can't really feed discreetly with a nipple shield.
No, exactly. There's no. Well, by the end, I'd found ways, but no, it's not easy at all.
Yeah, and then trying to get them off that.
Trying to get them off it, yeah. Bobby preferred the nipple shield, so it was
Oh,
always hard with
really?
him. Cole was all right once he was done. He was fine. But yeah, it's just like a whole new world, isn't it? It's like you just enter into this whole new world that every other mum knows exists, but you
when
don't.
You're
until
in
you're
it,
there.
you're like, why wasn't I told about any of this?
Well, I know I said that to my sister though, because she was quite honest about how hard the sleeping thing was, because Billy didn't sleep at all and stuff. But I was like, why didn't you say how painful the feeding is? Like, what's wrong with you? She said, I think I was just so distracted by so many other things I was finding hard. And he did actually feed. So I was like, okay, I'll just take the pain. I was like, yeah, I would have liked a bit of warning about that, to be honest.
I think I can remember going to like a wedding at 10 weeks. So Buzz was 10 weeks old. And I can remember I had a couple of friends who were also like new mums and they were feeding. And I can remember saying to them, people say that, it stops hurting after a while, but mine still hurts at the beginning, doesn't it? It does, doesn't it? And they both just looked at me blankly. Like, no, it's not meant to. And I was like, But the thing is, it worked. It worked. They were working. He was growing.
Yeah, no,
and then literally, I think at 3 months, he just grew. His mouth changed and everything. And suddenly everything changed and it was easy.
Yeah, that's what it was like with Cole.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, it was worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, with both of mine, they were always gaining weight and they were feeding and I had loads of milk. So I felt like, well, I should do it. I should try. I mean, it's going to go to waste. But no, that was a challenge for sure. And feeding in public is hard.
Yeah, how did you find that?
Well, I think obviously because you do know that some people might recognise you. There's no kind of pretending it's not worse. It is worse. Like I did at those times just wish I was anonymous.
Yeah.
Because you just like, you don't want somebody looking over like, oh, is that Kimberley's boob? Yeah, it's Kimberley's boob. Yeah.
Well, I had this weird thing in my head, which is completely irrational, that someone would take a photo of me and post it somewhere on like Twitter or something.
Well, they could.
Well,
they actually could.
Yeah.
So you try to be so discreet, but then actually sometimes you get in such a fluster, don't you?
Yeah.
I did used to find that hard. I'm not going to lie. I did a fair few feeds in the toilet alone.
Yeah.
I did. And I used to be a bit envious of like my sister and my friends that were anonymous, that were just like, whacking it out and getting on with it. Because I thought, God, it looks so easy. But yeah, with Cole, I got better and I got braver actually.
I found second time around, and also because you can't really think about it that much because you've got the first one to look after.
And you just think, actually, do you know what? Who cares? Just get on with it.
It's a boob.
Yeah, it's a boob. And they need feeding or they're going to scream this restaurant down. So let's do this. And I don't really want to go and sit in a freezing cold toilet. But I remember reading actually in your book that you'd like plan everything around when they were going to feed. And I did that with the first, definitely, so that I could avoid feeding. Like literally, okay, I've got a window to take him somewhere and get back in time to feed. Silly though, isn't it?
But then if they started crying before their feed, I'd be like, I'd kind of be like, I know that I could feed you, but then if I feed you, then I'm going outside of that 3 hour window. Like, then I have to do it now and my boob. And
so dramatic, I know.
It is, it's just
and then they start letting down anyway.
And you're like,
oh, no.
That's the thing though, isn't it? You're so caught up in it. And I think for me, second time round, all of that stuff that was in my head before, I kind of just didn't give it a second thought.
I'm the same as you. Yeah, you just let it go, don't you? You're just grateful that they're just feeding and you just get on with it.
Yeah. I mean, second time round, I squirted at my friend across the table.
Did you?
Yeah.
It can go pretty far.
I'm surprised. They don't tell you that.
At times. Shocking it is.
It's like a superpower.
You're like, God, how cool am I? That did alarm me slightly, actually. But But you're like, okay, it means I've got lots of milk. That's a
But
good
you
thing.
even just like me and Tom, but it's like finding this new level, isn't it? It's like, look what I can do, my new talent.
Yeah. Oh, the levels that you go to once you've had children, though.
Yeah.
You can never go back from those, can you?
No, you
The
can't.
place that you go together is deep.
But it brings it closer together.
But it actually does. I know
Yeah.
people always say that. And I know people say that sometimes having babies is like the biggest strain on your relationship, which obviously it can be at times. But for us, I really feel like it brought us even closer together, like massively. I just feel like I'm so grateful that you gave me these amazing children. You kind of have that, I don't know. It's another level.
It is another level.
Because we've been together so long before we had kids.
Yeah,
Same
as
as you
us,
guys.
yeah.
So you kind of think, I'm not really going to find any more love for him, surely. And then you're like, oh, actually, I've got a little bit more.
just a little, because the rest
child,
of all the boys.
I'll get a little bit more for you.
So if he wants you to keep loving him a little bit more.
Then we're going to keep having kids, I'm afraid. We're not done.
And how? What was the easiest or the toughest bit going from none to one or 1 to 2?
Oh, the first few months of the first were really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
Actually, and then it was kind of the same with going from 1 to 2, just the first few months, because Bobby was still quite young, so he was only just over 2.
Yeah, same.
So he was still, so you have to watch them a lot. They're not babies, but you can't take your eyes off them. And I just felt at times like, oh gosh, should I have done this? Like, am I actually going to be able to keep both of them safe? And then after about 6 months...
You can't take it back though, Kimberley.
I can't. I thought about it. I was like, oh, maybe this is a big mistake. And then 6 months down the line, Bobby just sort of hit a point where I could trust him slightly more.
Yeah.
And that really helped. I was like, okay, I can literally leave you
become
for
a little
2
bit
minutes.
more independent.
Yeah. And that was really good. Because, the first few months of, like, bed and bath time were just like, okay, this is ridiculous. And we had a fair few, like, 4-in-the-bed scenarios at night time. And both of us were like, what have we done? This was all fine with Bobby. He slept like a dream. This was great. And then,
See, Buddy's never been in our bed.
No, mine don't sleep with us, actually.
Oh, okay.
They don't, thankfully, they don't associate sleeping with being in our bed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is the times when they were 4-in-the-bed scenarios was when obviously Cole was still in our room because I was still feeding, and then Bobby would be ill, of course, obviously, when you really need it.
Yeah.
So then I'd bring him in because I'd just be like, I don't know what else to do. But no, they've never been ones to come and sleep in the bed either.
Buzz loved it. He was fine until about 10.5 months. Then we took him to Australia. And I basically ruined things by, trying to take him away. And because we were in a hotel room, all in the same room, and trying to get him to get over jet lag and stuff, I kind of rock him to sleep. I'd never done that before.
We all do that, though. Every holiday you go on ruins the sleep.
Ruins it.
So what me and my
for about a
friends now
year.
govern whether we're going to go on holiday around whether our children are sleeping. Like, one of my friends is literally like, might actually cancel my holiday because they are sleeping at the moment, and they won't be if I go.
So hard, isn't it?
It's really hard.
But that Australia trip, literally, it changed. It's still affecting our sleeping with Buzz,
Yeah.
And he loves running in and getting into our bed.
Does he?
Yeah,
See,
whereas
I always
Buddy's
thought I'd
never.
quite like that, but they just don't associate with sleep. So even, like I say, when I bring them in is usually when they're poorly and I just can't settle them and I'm just too tired. So I just think, well, let's try.
Yeah.
But they just wake up and start, like, hitting me in the face. I'm like, no, this is not working at all. So then it's like, pass him over to Justin, and then we just both try, and eventually they just give in, don't they?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Have the boys started playing together yet?
They do play quite well together now, actually. I mean, it's funny because Cole's much shyer than Bobby. Like, he's much more kind of, he's more retiring. But with Bobby, he kind of gives as good as he gets. I'm so glad, because I just had this vision of, because Bobby's such a big character, that Cole would just be like trembling in the corner, like afraid of his own brother. But he's not. He's not scared of Bobby. He's like, if Bobby takes something from him, he's straight over there, snatches it back. He's not really talking, but we know what he wants and what he means. And Bobby's really good with him. Yeah. Like, the majority of the time, he's lovely with him. Obviously, there's moments where I catch a little headlock here and there, and I'm like, okay, still not ready to be left alone, but He loves him. They adore each other, and Cole finds him hilarious.
Oh,
So that helps sometimes.
that's one thing I absolutely love, when they laugh at each other.
Yeah, they just do, don't they?
Yeah.
They just have that bond like immediately, and they do find each other so funny.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm probably going to see that more and more, and I guess that's good, isn't it? Because they entertain each other a bit.
Yeah.
They're so close in age.
Yeah, and they make up games together and stuff.
Yeah, it's so cute. I think it's lovely actually having two boys.
Yeah.
Because God, like Bobby's into stormtroopers at the moment
Okay.
after our Disneyland Paris trip, because
Yeah.
he'd never seen a stormtrooper before that, but now everything's about stormtroopers. So he goes around, pretending to be a stormtrooper. So now Cole, at the age of 1, is going around with a stickle brick that he's made into a gun, shooting people. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Before any words, he's making gun sounds, thanks to Bobby. But I'm like, okay, well, at least you both like doing the same
See,
thing.
someone got us a pistol, like a potato shooter thing the other day.
Oh,
and
that
even
you
then I was like, I don't know how I feel
put it
about
in the
this.
potato?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
Bobby
it feels
would
very
love
different to
that.
like a storm blastery thing, doesn't it?
It feels more like a real gun, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think boys just need to get it out of the system sometimes.
It's so wild.
But if we go to your house and you've got that potato gun,
It's
where I'm
hidden.
going
It's
on the way
hidden.
home to pick one of those up. He would love it.
I found, because you've got the same gap as me, I found that I couldn't help but compare the two. So
You
when
do.
but just in terms of like, oh, what was Buzz doing at this
You
point?
do,
Like
all
a
the
video will flash up, and like, I can't help but do it.
I still do it now. Like, Bobby was such an early talker.
Yeah.
And Cole's saying nothing, and it's
Yeah.
really weird to me. I am being a little bit impatient with him, and Justin's like, "All right, leave him alone." I'm like,
Buddy's only really
"Just get
started saying
it."
stuff now.
Yeah, it can. I mean, some kids don't really speak much till they're nearly 3, but
Yeah.
because he was so early, I'm like, why is he not saying anything? Like, why is he just like pointing and grunting? But yeah, they're all so different.
Yeah.
Development-wise, they were quite similar though, like walking
Right.
and physically. So that's been quite. Oh yeah, they're all
Yeah.
the same. But yeah, Bobby talked so early that I think it'll be strange if it takes Cole a while. But
Yeah.
then I kind of know you get to know what they need quicker, don't
Exactly.
you? So they don't really
Yeah.
need to. Like, I can tell what he wants most of the time.
Yeah, Buddy's he knows exactly what he wants, and he'll communicate it, but not necessarily with words.
Exactly.
Whereas my friends have a 3-week-old, like a baby who's 3 weeks younger than Buddy, and she's like saying full sentences.
Yeah, they do. They do it at such different stages, and
Yeah.
there's no right or wrong, is there? I think it's if you can mimic, and Bobby could literally just mimic anything you said to him,
Yeah.
and then they talk really early. But otherwise, I think they just take it all in, don't say anything, and then just start talking.
Yeah.
Actually, I might just enjoy the peace because Bobby talks a lot, so maybe it'll be quite nice to have one that can't answer back for a while. I'll just make the most of it.
When does he turn 2?
December.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
a little while,
Yeah.
and Bobby will be 4 in September. Which makes me feel a bit
yeah,
weird.
Buzz has just turned 4.
I don't like it. I keep saying, "Oh, you're not a baby anymore," but now he uses it like to pull at my heartstrings, and he'll go, "I'm not a baby anymore, Mummy.
Oh.
Look at me, how big I am." Like trying to make me sad. I'm like, I don't want to.
There was
like
literally a
it.
moment. So the last day that Buzz was 3, the day before his birthday, Tom said to him, "Buzz, this is the last full day that you're 3." And I was like, I'm just not ready for that. It makes me a bit emotional.
Yeah.
Me and Tom just both started crying.
Yeah.
Where Buzz is like, yeah, that's
No,
there,
I can't bear it. I feel like that's a bit of a turning point as well. 3
It's
to 4.
funny, isn't it?
I do, because 3's still a toddler sort
Yeah.
of, and 4's like, oh, they're heading towards school. I can't.
What are we going to be
bear
like
it.
when they get to double digits?
Oh, I actually don't know. I can't cope. I won't even be able to cope when they can go off and do anything that I'm not involved in. I can't bear it. Like, Bobby goes to nursery for the morning, and I feel like, oh, I don't know what he's done. What did he say to people? Can't bear it. I am a bit emotional these days. I didn't used to be,
Really?
just since having kids. Just broke down a barrier.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't help it now. I cry at
No.
everything.
It's good to let it out, I think.
I think so.
That's what I tell myself.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
And you're very busy. You're very busy.
I'm getting busier. I am getting a little bit busier, but actually, like, I'm so lucky. Like, compared to a lot of mums that obviously have to sort of make that decision and go
Yeah.
back to work after 9 months or a year. You know, for me and for you, it's not quite the same, is it? We don't have to go back 9 to 5 every day. So actually, I feel very lucky that
Yeah.
I can sort of balance it as best as I can and still spend a lot of time with the boys. Like, I don't feel that I've been away from Cole much at all, and he's like 15 months.
Yeah,
so I've
that's
done
nice.
pretty well with him. And I still have time with the two of them, you know, together. But also, I need a little bit of time away.
Yeah.
I think I said to you earlier that, you know, when I go to work is actually a day off.
Yeah.
Feels like going to a spa. And then when I go back to them, I've missed them so much that I'm like a better mum.
Yeah.
And I've got kind of a, you know, more energy. So
It's funny, isn't it?
a
I
good
think so many of us feel
balance.
guilty about having that, whatever it is that takes us away from our kids, whether it is that bit
Yeah.
of actual like pamper time
Yeah,
or whether
yeah.
it's going to work. You feel guilty for not being there.
Yeah, you
But actually,
do.
it kind of recharges you in some ways.
I do think you need it, definitely. It's just sometimes you're so in it that you can't look at it from an outside, can you? So if you do go into the normal world, like real world as I call it, and speak to some adults, you're like, okay, no, and then you miss them and you want to get on with, you know, soft play again and whatever else you're going to fill your day with.
I'm always really worried about the mangle, though, that I'm going to get stuck. in it.
I think soft plays are terrifying, but they love it, don't they? And like, so I've got two boys. I spend a lot of time there.
Yeah.
Like, I really do. I mean, it's quite funny sometimes with my week how different each day can be.
Yeah.
Like, I can literally be in soft play hell, as I call it, one day, and then the next day I'll be at a lovely event having
Yeah.
lunch and, you know, presenting an award or something. And I'm like, you know, it's good. It keeps you grounded.
Yeah.
You know where you're at.
Yeah.
And actually, both are good in spread out. I think if I was working every day, I'd resent and I'd want to be at home with the boys. And if I was with the boys every single day, yeah, I'd probably want to work. So a good balance is what I'm aiming for.
Yeah. Have you done a West End run while having the children?
I only did a short run in Elf.
Oh, of course.
When Bobby was about 14 months, which was fine because it was only like 3 months, and then
Yeah.
obviously the rehearsal time before, but it was still really hard.
That's
I'm
all your
not-
bedtimes.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I hated it. I used to FaceTime Justin every night when he was bathing Bobby. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was when I was kind of doing my makeup, so I'd see him every night before bed. But I hated not being there. It's one of my favourite times actually. Like, not the bed and bath time routine, but just like putting them to bed and
Yeah.
having that little bit of time. So I found that
Well,
hard.
especially with like our boys. I mean, I know boys are different, and there are some girls
Yeah.
who are as wild as our boys.
Yeah.
But I think that's the time where they're chilled.
Yes.
Reading that bedtime story, suddenly they're sitting.
You actually
you
get them
know,
still for a couple of
yeah.
minutes. I know, that's why I love it so much. It's so true. So I did. I mean, I did find that hard. And obviously, you're going to work at the time where, like, most mums are kind of winding down and getting ready to kind of get the wine out at 7 o'clock. And I'm like going off to work to do a show and get back at 11 and then still getting up. So yeah, it was hard.
But then you're tired the next day, and that
Yeah.
affects how you are. And
Yeah, and he went through a really bad, like, teething phase as well, so he wasn't sleeping that well when he had been previously. So it was hard, but I loved being back on stage, but I just feel like I need to leave it a little bit longer before I
Yeah.
kind of do any kind of long contract like that, because they grow up so fast, like we're just
Yeah.
saying, like it flies by and I don't want to miss it, and then you can't get that back. Like, once they hit a certain point, they're not bothered about sitting with you before bed, but they
Yeah.
still are at the moment, so I'm going to make the most of it.
And it's hard, especially with those runs, though, because 3 months is a short run. But we get into bigger shows, and it's like a year.
Yeah, sometimes they'll do like a year minimum, and I just couldn't do that.
No.
No way. I don't think I'd ever do that actually.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. It's part of what I've always done, and it was lovely to be back on stage. But I'm always kind of like, any short runs going on? Any
For a week,
2-weekers maybe?
A weekend? Just a
Christmas
weekend?
shows. Yeah. But no, I do miss performing a little bit, but I just
Yeah.
think there's plenty of time to do that when they're older maybe. And
And I do think that's something that we panic about, though. Being in this industry, and you kind of go, oh, but the window, like, am I going to be out? There are other people coming along, and
Yeah.
am I going to miss those opportunities? But really,
the kids are more important
Yeah.
to me. I just think if it's meant to be, it'll happen, and if
Yeah.
not, then I've already done so much in my career that I'm so grateful for, like loads of checklists. And so then I think that's why I've got a different perception. Like, from the minute I had Bobby, I knew that I was ready to make them the priority.
Yeah.
That's why I waited so long. That's
Yeah.
why I waited till the end of the band and everything. So everything I do work-wise is like an added bonus. But I'm not like fiercely ambitious. That's not where I'm at. Like, I like to work and I like to do things I enjoy if it works around the boys. But that's the main thing for me.
It's a really nice way of doing things as well.
Yeah, I think so.
And coming from that world of being in a band,
Yes.
and getting pregnant, and letting your body do whatever it wants to do, like, was that really tough? Because when you're pregnant, you don't have any control over what your body's doing. You know, it does go to your arms and your legs, and
yeah, it does. I always knew that I would never be like the pregnant woman with the football up a jumper. Let's be honest. You know this about yourself before it happens. And I would always put weight on like my, legs and hips and arm and everywhere.
Yeah.
So I knew that was coming. Hence, again, why I waited till after the band, because I think that would have been really hard, actually, to do that, like, whilst being in a band. That would have been awful. And as well for me, like, I've always been quite, curvy, which is a really annoying word, but you know what I mean. But the one thing that was always pretty small was my waist, and obviously that's the thing that you lose when you're pregnant. So it is hard. Like, it is really hard. You're like, I don't know how to dress this body or anything. But I didn't really care that much, I'll be honest. I think I was actually so glad that I didn't need to bother dieting, that I just totally just embraced it. And I know that's not the right thing to do, because I probably put on way more than I needed to. But I was just glad to not have to care, because I had that excuse, I'm pregnant. Yeah, well, I'm pregnant, so yeah. And then the second time round, I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to have quite so much weight to lose.
Oh, really?
So I was slightly more careful, I think. But actually, I don't think there was much difference, really.
Really?
Like, I think your body just does what it does, and you've just got to accept it. And believe me, there'll be no crop tops worn for the rest of my life. But I have two beautiful boys to show for it, so it's fine. Yeah, no, the body thing's hard. Like, I'm still kind of like waiting for it to kick in this time with Cole. Like,
really?
It's not to say I can't be bothered. I just don't have the urge to like start like really exercising and getting my body back to what it was. I don't know what it is.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? I think it's always about waiting for you to feel like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, I'm ready. I want to
to.
do that now, rather than being told it or having a pressure put on you, which I imagine you probably had in the band.
Well, I think I would have put that on myself if I was still in the band more so.
Right,
because I'd be like, okay, I need to, for everybody else, I need to look a certain way. But yeah, it's really weird. I just think I have to be, in my head, I have to just decide that, okay, I want to get fit again, and then I'll do it. And I do spend a lot of time running around after those boys. So to work out before the day starts or at the end, at the moment, it's just not happening for me, I'm afraid. It might. I think when the sun comes out and the reality of like wearing swimwear comes into play, I might be like, okay.
I mean,
maybe
I'm a swimming costume all the way now.
Yeah.
I'm not a bikini person now.
No, but I just, any kind of swimwear just fills me with dread, to be honest. But, it's got to be done. I just go for the old drop the caftan at the side and shift in and hope for the best. And even that sort of thing I'm less bothered about now if I'm on holiday, because I'm like, well, actually, I just want to have a nice time with my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be bothered if there was pictures, don't get me wrong.
Well, yeah.
It would bother me.
And sometimes that pops up in places that you least expect it.
Yeah.
We all know that some are set up.
Oh, yeah,
no,
of course. I've never done that from the pictures of me that have been out there. I just never got that memo, so I'm always like getting washed up on the sea.
Why would I want to ever do that?
Yeah.
Have someone take photos of me in my bikini?
I know, but I think that's the point, isn't it? They can then make them look good, but I just never ever think like that. But yeah, I did actually have someone follow me on holiday about, I think, 4 months after Bobby was born. I mean, that's just cruel.
Yeah.
That's really cruel, because that's like the aftermath. That's, you know what I mean? That's like they've just come out and that's what you're left with. I was like, yeah, that's mean. But at the same time, I thought, oh, well, people will find comfort. That's what happens, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And you do get back eventually, like you say, if you want to.
But
I'm just not quite there to start, working out every day. Not just yet.
No.
I mean, I've never liked it anyway. I only do it to feel good and to feel better about myself.
You look amazing. You look like you do.
You just wear black.
Oh,
at
is
all
that the
times.
trick?
Yeah, if I'm wearing black, that's why. It's a good trick. No, I'd like to be able to care more, but I just don't have the time at the
It's
moment.
priorities though, isn't it? Sometimes
really
just
is.
like, and I've learned not to, because I think when I had an interview before I had Buzz. Literally, I was heavily pregnant. I was about to drop in like 2 weeks. And the person asked me, so have you sorted out your fitness regime for afterwards? And I was like,
Come on.
no, I will be eating cake
No.
and having tea and just
Yeah.
like, but I kind of, at the time I think, oh, well, I think I was a bit judgmental on people that did go to the gym.
Yeah.
But now I'm a bit more like, well, if that works for you,
Yeah,
then
that's
great.
kind of what
and that's
I'm
what all
like.
parenting is like, really.
That's true, actually. But yeah, I don't resent people that can be bothered and do it. I feel a bit like, oh, I wish I could.
Yeah.
But I just can't at the moment.
Yeah.
But don't take it on. Like, everybody's different, aren't they? And
Yeah.
everybody's life's different as well, so nobody knows what your day entails. And if it's just all too much, I don't think you should put that pressure on yourself.
No, there's enough pressure,
Yeah.
enough
exactly.
judgment.
There is. Indeed.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
But you blogged after you had Cole. We both had
Yeah.
had vlogs with Hello. We're not doing them anymore.
No, we're not. No.
Because they all got cancelled.
Yeah, no blogs anymore.
No blogs anymore. But is that lovely to kind of look back on? Was it nice for you to kind of share that side of you?
Yeah, I didn't actually think too much about it when I was
Always the
doing
best
it.
way.
Yeah, I didn't. I just they asked me to do it and I was like, oh yeah, that'll be nice. But I am quite grateful now because, most people do this. They write down loads of things. I mean, I did a full-on book for Bobby's first 6 months, so detailed. And with Coles, I'm like, oh, but I did a blog for you.
I just print it all out. It's fine.
Yeah. But I am a bit like, at least I did do that.
Yeah.
Because that is...
And it documents. It's right from birth, isn't it?
Yeah, it was it was a year period. So I am glad that I had that. Yeah, and people did say that, you're quite honest, but I think I don't really know what other way is there to be when you're talking about motherhood, because why would you lie to people? It's just so cruel. Don't pretend that it's fine.
Also, otherwise, what have you got to say?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
oh yeah, it's amazing.
No,
Well, you
no.
said that last week.
Yeah.
Give us something else.
But the thing is, of course it's amazing. We all,
it's a
you will
given,
not
yeah.
meet anybody that doesn't adore their children
Yeah.
more than anything else in the world. We all do, don't we? But of course, there is really hard parts of parenting.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about it and be honest.
But I think with things like social media and Instagram,
Yes.
you see why it's important to be honest.
Yeah, and I think you're brilliant because you are, really honest, and that's really nice to see. And sometimes I think, oh, how do you be more honest? I think maybe coming from where I'm coming from, I'm just always going to be a bit more reserved because of growing up, in the band and sort of. We didn't even have social media then, so everything was very hidden away. So I'm trying to be more open because I guess most people, the things that they post are good things, like, oh, look what a lovely day we had, and oh, look how brilliant my child is. And it's like, of course they probably had a meltdown 5 minutes later, but you generally don't put that on there, but maybe that's what I should be doing.
Well, I think I just remember the pressure of seeing all these picture perfect families and the fear and pressure that I felt from it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden when I saw something that wasn't that, it just made me go, oh.
Yeah, because that's the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your book was really good for that, actually. I think I recommended it to any young mums that, were about to go into it, because I'm like, this really did relate to me. This is a really similar kind of journey to what I went on, and just read it because it will help you, especially if you don't have anybody around you that's going through it. I'm very lucky because I had my sister and loads of friends. I've got a lot of friends with kids all the same age, so it's almost like we've got this group between us that we can chat about anything, but not everybody has that.
Yeah.
And it's hard, I think, if you don't. So that's why social media is great, I guess, for people to find comfort in other people's misery, basically.
I'm not alone. There are other people not sleeping.
Alone. Yeah, exactly. And anyway, the second time round, the best tip is to just tell everybody that your baby's sleeping. It's fine. Because
Really?
the joy that people get in telling you how many hours their baby slept that night, after a while I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about sleep or how little sleep. So I'd just be like, Yeah, mine too.
Aw.
After my like hour of sleep. It's just the thing that you end up talking about more than anything else in those first few months, isn't it?
Sleep or poo, always.
Sleep and poo, yeah. And sick.
Yeah.
And boobs.
I remember you doing a video for me actually, and I was like, being a mummy, so one of the ones that we're going to finish this bit, and you were like, all the bodily fluids.
Yeah, literally. At the end of every day, I was covered in snot, poo, sick. I mean, there's nothing else really that could come into play. I'm out of that zone.
Yeah, that's
You
nice.
see, they are all a zone.
Yeah.
Now, very rarely get sicked on.
Although when it is sicked on,
It's real sick.
Adult sick is just,
God.
it's another
adult
level.
sick and adult poo are both on different levels, actually. But thankfully, I don't need to deal with much of it anymore.
So no, Buzz was sick over. Well, no, Buddy was sick over me, and then literally like 2 weeks ago, and then Buzz was also like sick all over Tom.
Oh, I did get sick on recently, actually. You
Yeah.
just reminded me of the other day. I was semi-dressed, fully sicked over, literally like,
Justin! Think back to how different your life was like 10 years ago.
yeah, I was never sicked on. Never sicked on.
Maybe after a night out, but not.
Yeah. Even those things, though, you kind of... You reminisce about those, don't you? Like, you reminisce about the time. I remember that time that they were really poorly and they were sick. Like, everything you just find some joy in after the event.
Yeah.
Not always at the time, but after the event.
I mean, the day that Buddy was sick on me, literally, it was at night time, and I'd only got to the end of the next day. I hadn't washed my hair in the morning, and I was like, why can I still smell sick? It's because I hadn't washed my hair.
Oh yeah,
it was still in there, still a bit of pasta.
Go. The smell of sick does not go, does it?
It's
Literally,
disgusting.
no chance.
So talking about mummy friends,
Yes,
did you go to baby groups or anything like that with Bobby?
I did actually.
Did you?
Yeah, it was actually quite liberating in a way to become a mum and meet loads of, it sounds so stupid saying normal mums, but like before being a mum, I generally was always with the band, always just with them in a car, didn't generally meet that many people. And once you become a mum, it opens you up to like this new club, and you actually do just get chatting to people because it's the one thing that you've always got something in common.
Yeah.
You can always talk about your kids, and if they're a similar age, then it's just easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I actually did force myself a little bit to do it with Bobby because I felt I was doing it more for him. When I started to go, I was like, don't want him to miss out just because I might feel worried about meeting new people. Just have to do it, bite the bullet. And actually, it was so fine. I was really proud of myself. I was like, this is actually fine. Like,
Well, and you realise that you get so much out of it.
And I did, and met some lovely people, and it's just nice to chat to people and just chat all things baby related, because actually they're the people that want to listen, like the people that are in the same boat. And I liked it, and he loved it. He did get a lot out of it. So I haven't done as many with Cole though, and I do feel guilty. I'm gonna start.
I think most second-time mums are the
that's what
same.
happens. Yeah. I'm gonna do a few. I've decided.
Oh, are you?
I'm gonna at least book
When
him
he's
in
18,
for
we'll
something.
start some classes.
You just don't need to as much, do you? Because the older one entertains them, and you're also like working around their schedule, so sometimes it's hard to fit it in. But no, I did find the mummy groups helped a little bit, and they help to like structure your day a little bit, don't they? You know, if you've got nothing planned, sometimes it can feel a bit like, especially with one. With two, it just kind of flies by, and you're like, oh, okay, there it is. There it is. Time to bed. Put them to bed.
But I also think like having like a WhatsApp group or whatever, of just like no pressure to meet up or anything, just having that sounding board to kind of just chat all things mum helps.
Well, like I say, like I've got like WhatsApp groups with my friends, and there's literally like anything can go on there. 'Cause we're so close, and we've been friends for so long. It's so helpful though, because there's always somebody that's been through what what you're worrying about, whether it's like a little rash or sickness bug, or you just get advice about daft things, but just you don't want to be like going to the doctors every day. You're like, what about this? What about that? So I tend to like go around all my friends first, and then if they don't have an answer, I'll be like, okay, maybe I should go to the doctors. But it helps massively to have people to talk to about stuff, definitely. And my mum's great, obviously. She had 4 kids, so she's pretty knowledgeable
Yeah.
most of the time. So she's actually got 5 grandsons, my mum. My sister's got 3 boys and I've got 2. So
All boys.
yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 6, 4, 3 and 2 1-year-olds. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty loud. I mean, sometimes when they're all at mine, I'm just like, this could not be any more chaotic. And I grew up with mostly girls.
Yeah.
So it's like turned full circle on us. Very loud, but I like a loud house.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good thing. I actually do think, like, if I go on and have more kids, if I did have a girl, I feel a bit sorry for her, to be honest.
Are you a little bit scared of having a girl?
I don't really know what I feel about it. Yeah, people are always like, you're going to get this all the time now. Yeah. Do you want a girl?
Yeah. Are you going for a third
actually, I can't choose. So should we just see what happens, maybe? I'll just have a baby. But they are going to do that.
Yeah,
They will
yeah,
do that
yeah.
to me if I get pregnant again. But yeah, when you've got 2, you're just so used to boys, aren't
Yeah.
you? And I do think, would she be all right with them 2? Like, so yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
my sister's got a little girl, and Buzz and
Yeah.
Bobby are so protective of her.
That's cute.
So protective.
Yeah, that's cute. And I guess you get, well, so you can sort of get used to the girl thing a little bit through her.
Well, yeah. But it's a different world, I
Yeah,
feel.
it is a different world. It is. It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see.
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm pining.
No,
for a
that's
girl.
good.
I really don't.
I don't feel like that. I never
No.
felt like that, though. I always wanted a boy first.
Really?
So when I got my boy, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then now I just think, clearly we can only have boys in our family, so that's what's going to happen. And I'm just really going to struggle with names because there's so
Yeah.
many boys around me. I'm like, all the names
Well,
that
we've
I like
done
have
2
gone.
Bs.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so what do we do? Like, do we carry that on? Is it a thing? Have we
Is it
turned that into a thing?
Maybe you might have to,
Ugh.
but it's tricky.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Buzz is loving Big Hero 6 at the moment, so Baymax is totally...
Bay.
Bay.
Quite
No, we're
cute.
not, that's not an exclusive. That's definitely not.
Yeah, no. Who knows what it'll be?
Yeah. It's funny though. Thinking about-
Whatever will be. I just really think with that, it's whatever's meant for you, and you just got to go with it.
Yeah.
You know. And think about how much free time we'll get as they get older and they start going to football and golf and...
Well, someone was talking to me about holidays where they go on holiday now and they actually relax.
What?
Yeah.
No, I don't know that these exist.
They relax and they let their kids just go off and swim.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I really do look forward to those times. I
Because
do
holidays,
remember
they are
holidays like
absolutely
that.
amazing, but they're also very full on.
They're just not ever a holiday as you think of a holiday before you have kids.
I
and-
bring back the naps.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Just let them nap again.
I
They're
know
5,
you're four,
but let
but
them have... It's true. I was actually thinking that we're going away in May, and I was thinking, wonder if Bobby might have a cheeky nap still if I really tire him out in the morning. It's the only time of the entire day that you can actually rest.
Yeah.
And the worst thing for me on holidays when they're so young is trying to go out for dinner. I don't know why I tried to do it. What is the point? What is the point?
It makes everyone miserable.
Yeah, it does. I'm literally like, yeah, I'm having a really nice time. As Bobby starts throwing things across the table, I'm like, no, let's not do this.
Well, we actually, with my siblings, we rented a villa last year, and it was
that's
the
the
best
best
thing
way.
ever. Yeah,
Sure.
give them dinner, or even all eat together still.
But
then
yeah.
put them to bed at a usual time,
Yeah.
and then everyone else can just chill out.
Yeah, I really made the mistake last summer of trying to go out, and I wouldn't do that again, not at this
Really?
age. Yeah, the villa thing works.
Yeah.
It does, because you still get your evening.
Yeah, I mean, we used it wisely.
Yeah.
You know? We drank some drinks and we played Uno.
Yeah.
That was literally our
all you
week.
need, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need. No, I love a family villa holiday. That is the easiest of all holidaying experiences.
I really do think so.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're in a hotel room from 7
And
or you're
hotel
stretching.
rooms don't work with kids at all,
Oh.
do they? Well, they don't.
No.
My kids wouldn't sleep in the same room while we were sat up watching TV. Literally, we'd have to go to sleep at 7 o'clock. They'd both be like, hello? No.
Well, we've just done
Doesn't
that
work.
thing. So Buddy is out of his cot now.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, you can climb out of it.
Yeah, but do you know what? I think I must be the only person in England that managed to keep their child in a cot bed for about 3 years. Bobby has only just, like 6 months ago, come out of his cot bed.
No.
It was miraculous. And in the end, I actually just made him I was like, do you know what? This isn't fair. I know he's not climbing out, but come on, the poor kid needs a bit of release. So I said to Justin, I know.
Was he climbing out? Was he just not bothered?
No, not climbing out, just chilling. Lays there in the morning, just chilling, Mum. And I quite liked it because he just gave me an extra half hour in the morning while he laid there. But eventually I was like, no, let's give him his freedom. But yeah, I saw that obviously that he'd come out. So how did that go? Because that's quite young.
Well, it's really young, yeah.
It's a normal age. It's a normal age, actually. But for me, it's like, oh, what happened then?
So we decided, because I shared with my siblings growing up, but I shared so I think Mario had his own room first of all, and then Georgia did. So I shared with both of them.
Shared.
Yeah, and I love it. I felt like it was such a massive part of my childhood.
Yeah.
So I thought I always wanted them to share.
Yeah.
And so we thought, it's that thing. Oh, let's get beds, and then all of a sudden they delivered really much sooner than we thought they would. But we thought we'd keep him in his cot for a little while anyway.
Yeah.
And take the side down. But then as soon as the bed went up, he was putting out his pillow and his blanket. So he claimed a bed, and it was lovely. So we've got sides that we put on, those ones that you buy, and it's gone great.
Has it? Does he still stay in his bed?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, the other night he wouldn't give Buzz a kiss goodnight. It's really sweet. You wouldn't give Buzz a kiss goodnight. He does that little game. But we left them and went downstairs. Buzz fell asleep straight away. It was his birthday, so he was just zonked.
Yeah.
And we watched on the monitor, because that's what I do now for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just seeing what's happening. And Buddy got out of his bed, went over to Buzz and kissed him twice and went, night, night.
And went back to his bed. Oh, that's so cute. So I really want mine to share.
It's that thing about having, I think when I had Buzz, I really did want another boy.
Yeah,
and I wanted that brotherly bond.
And you can see it, can't you, straight away?
Yeah.
It's really, really cute. And they can share a room and stuff, which is really nice. We've got one big room at the top of the house that we've just kind of left. It's got no personality at the moment, because I feel like we could make that into a really good room for both of them if they want to share, which I think they will, to be honest.
Like a boy's den.
But I just, do they not go wandering in the night at that age?
No.
That's always worries me. I mean, I still watch them both on the monitor all night anyway.
Yeah, same.
Obviously, I probably will till he's 10.
That's another thing though, isn't it? When do you turn that monitor off?
Well, I never.
Oh.
I can't. I just need to be able to just check in. If I get up for the loo in the night, I just like to be able to see that they're both. And sometimes Bobby's not. He's on the floor, sleeping on his teddy. And I'm like, do I go put him back into bed?
I found it freaky, first of all, looking at the video monitor. Because I had that thing, if I'm going to see a man in there, or, something in there. Not a man, maybe a ghost or whatever.
Yeah. No, I need it. It makes me more settled that I can see them. But now he can wander. You never know what's going to happen.
Is Bobby always in with you?
No, he doesn't come in the night ever.
No. Does he wander?
No, he's been fine. It's really surprising
amazing, isn't
because
it?
I just thought he's old enough to literally just do what he wants.
Yeah.
Surely he'll just come down, but he doesn't. Just goes to bed, sleeps, gets up for the loo, he's like a proper adult.
Oh.
It's fine. Has to happen. They have to grow up.
They do. They have to be in normal beds at some point.
They do. They can't be in a cot their entire life. I get it. I know. I do buy really high cot beds though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I always have them in the sleeping bags for as long as possible so they can't climb out very easily. But I can tell Cole's going to be much more on it with the climbing out. He's already climbs up everything, so he may be in a bed a lot sooner. Sooner than Bob's.
Oh, bless. Well, I end every episode with asking, with you finishing 3 sentences.
Okay.
You've done it before.
I have.
Yeah, this is going to be well easy.
Okay.
But probably different now because the kids are at different ages.
Yeah.
Being a mum means...
Do you know what? It means being part of a new club. And I quite like it. I like being part of this new club that everybody can share. And also, it means to me that I have a newfound respect for my own mum because I know what we put her through.
Are you closer to your mum now?
We've always been really close, but now I literally look at her every day and think, I don't understand how. 4, with such small age gaps, how? And she's just literally just lets everything go over her head. I don't know, I couldn't do it. So yeah, that's what I think, newfound respect.
The next one is, since being a mum,
Since being a mum, I am no longer the ice queen. My
Oh,
siblings used to say I was the ice queen.
really? You're
Yeah.
that unemotional?
I'm warm as a character,
Yeah.
but to make me cry, it had to be something quite serious. So they'd always be really worried if I was like properly upset. Whereas now I think they're like, oh, whatever. It
Here she goes.
literally broke something down, and
Really?
it's never been the same since. It just, yeah. I think it's good though. I think it's a good thing
It's
that
an
I can
amazing thing.
let it out now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's Justin the same?
I'm soft. He's so soft. He's even softer than me. I'm like, he's. I mean, I'm not saying he cries regularly, but he's very soft as a dad, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh.
Cute.
And I'm happy when?
When I'm putting my babies to bed,
Oh.
because they're still for more than a minute. No, with Cole, I get to do the cuddly milk thing, which I just absolutely adore. And he's so cute at that time of night.
Yeah.
And Bobby, it is the only time that he'll like lie and chat to me like on a
It's
level
lovely, isn't
and like
it?
talk to me about stuff, or I get little snippets here that I just wouldn't get out of him in the day when he's just like stormtroopering it up the entire day. So although it's, it's not because they're going to bed, although that's also sometimes joyful. It's more that I get that time with them
Yeah.
both.
It's just calmer, isn't it? And
Much calmer. Yeah, sort of putting them to bed or the cuddles in the morning,
Yeah.
the only times that I really get them. And then the rest of the time it's just like, which one shall I try and catch first?
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming in and
Thanks
having a
for
chat on the
having me.
podcast.
Thanks for having me.
you. Happy Mum, Happy Baby is brought to you in association with Fisher-Price. Fisher-Price toys are a great way to mark a child's special milestones, as well as support their everyday play, giving parents a helping hand so they can focus on the most important job in the world, nurturing their child's development.